Hi guys, this is a 2-minute bite-sized video I have made. Although it's a short video, this will be a useful video for your oral examination because this has been one of the questions asked to one of my subscribers and they requested for this video. So here is the video. The question was, what is a blockage factor? Now, the question was asked more specifically as to what is a blockage factor in a canal, and I thought I'll use this photograph and I'll show a picture to explain the concept of blockage factor in a canal. And that's why it's a bite-sized video. It's a short video because you don't have much time to explain. You will have to give a short answer in the oral examination. So let me know if you want more details on it. I'll be happy to go deeper into it. So let's get started. So this is what a blockage factor in a canal looks like. So the blockage factor is actually caused by the volume of the ship's hull occupying a greater part of the cross-sectional area of a waterway. So of course then the waterway is a small, as you can see, the waterway is being shown by the dark black slanting lines. Those are the that is the waterway. It's a much narrow waterway, and the vessel is quite broad. It's quite the volume of the ship's hull occupying the greater part of the waterway. You can see that because the ship is quite massive in size with respect to the waterway. So what you have to focus on here is that you can see that the UKC or the underkeel clearance here is very small. The underkeel clearance is the clearance below the vessel and the height from the sea bottom to the bottom of the vessel. It is quite small, and the volume of water also as a result under the keel is quite less. It's quite small, and hence because the volume, there is not much volume of water below the keel of the vessel, there is not much buoyancy effect acting on the hull, which is required for the flotation of the vessel. So if you compare it to deeper water, there'll be much more water below the volume of the hull, and hence more water will lead to more buoyancy provided, right? So we can see this is what buoyancy looks like. So remember that the position of the buoyancy is defined as the geometric center of the underwater volume. So when I say, in my previous slide, when I told you that it is the blockage factor is caused by the volume of the ship's hull, we are talking about the volume, the underwater volume, the volume of the vessel which is submerged in the water. That is the volume I'm talking about, right? And you can see that the center of buoyancy here is denoted by the letter B, and normally it is the geometric center of the underwater volume. Now, for example, if the vessel is heeled over by external forces such as strong winds or strong waves, if it is heeled over by the external forces, and I'll show you what I mean in the next slide here. If it is heeled over, you can see that the water plane will increase. The water plane means the water plane area will increase. That is the area of the underneath of the ship's hull that is submerged in the water. So as a result, you can see how the position of the center of buoyancy, denoted by the letter B, it moves upwards, but at the same time also outwards towards the angle of heel, right? So because of this, the low side at the turn of the bilge is liable to be in contact with the ground. So you can see why blockage factor is important, because if the underwater volume of the vessel is occupying a greater part of the cross-sectional area of waterway and the underkeel clearance is also low, you can see how the strong winds and waves can lead to the vessel listing or heeling in such a way that the bottom might scrape against the ship's the seabed, and it may lead to damages, especially if the seabed is rocky, or that can cause damage. All right, so this is what blockage factor, and specifically blockage factor of a canal, looks like. And I thought I'll just explain a little bit about the movement of the center of buoyancy also with respect to the heeling of the vessel. So if you can say this much to the surveyor, that will be good enough. So I'll stop the video here because I told you at the very beginning that it's supposed to be a short video providing you with quick short answers for your oral examination. All the best with your studies, guys, and I look forward to hearing some feedback from you regarding this video. Bye.